been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's Howell to throw on second down. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. On 2nd and 12, Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. There he goes, right side. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Mike, 53. 53. Switch.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And some space here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. Christian McCaffrey, a first-quarter touchdown there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, Howell back to pass. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Powell throwing on third down here.
Taking a shot for Samuel. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And some room to maneuver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
55 rushing yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Four yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10.
They go to Elliott again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. Buying time to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead is now 10-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
53, Mike. Check it out,
They go play action with Howell. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Slot man moves right. Howell, he'll look to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Straight ahead, Gibson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Here's 2nd and 9. Howell down to throw it. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Trap 60. Trap 60. 53 is the mark. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. 53 is the mark. 53. Check 53.
They'll go play action. Howell. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Prescott now from the 50. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
This is brought in by Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. One last shot before the break. Howell on the move to his left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
109 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Pollard going to try the right side. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Being chased out left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 34 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
The extra point up and good by Garibay.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 19 tight. 19 tight. Come on, let's go. Shoot. Check. 53's Mike.
Faking the handoff. Howell.
Sliding out of the pocket.
He completes this to Cole Turner.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A toss left side for Gibson.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Howell, he gets it to Thomas. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Prescott steps away to his left.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the counter, Gibson.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The slot man in motion right. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Here's Howell.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
Dancing to his left.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side.
Down the left sideline. He's got room at the 30.
Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Garibay on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Prescott on play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Montez Sweat picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
They'll try again with Elliott. Stop short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Elliott will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Garibay on to attempt the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but But I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason. We're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st down, Howell. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
2nd and 10, Howell. To the right side and complete to Thomas. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And the slot man goes in motion left. And once more, Howell back to the air. Buying time to his left. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. And Thomas has it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Howell. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side. and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 18 Eat. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Powell with one final shot. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was